This is the WJTS News on 18 WJTS. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam reporting. One person is dead after they were hit by a train yesterday at around 3:30 p.m. on Highway 231 in Huntingburg. The investigation into the accident is ongoing, and we will have more information as it becomes available. A Jasper man was arrested on domestic battery charges early this morning. The Jasper Police Department received a 911 call at 316 West 5th Street in Jasper in reference to a physical domestic at around 12:43 a.m. this morning. Prior to the officer's arrival, a male subject had left the residence. While speaking to the female involved, a male subject returned to the above location. After the investigation, it was determined the male, 27-year-old Alexander Plake, had pushed the female down a flight of stairs. Alexander Plake was taken into custody. The female sustained minor injuries and refused medical treatment at the scene. Plake was transported and lodged at the Du Bois County Security Center on charges of domestic battery, a level 6 felony. Roy L. Durham Jr., 37 of Evansville, Indiana, was sentenced to 92 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to illegal possession of a firearm by a previously convicted felon. According to court documents, on June 6, 2020, an Indiana State Police trooper initiated a traffic stop on Durham's vehicle at an Evansville gas station and convenience store. As the trooper approached the vehicle, Durham reached for a handgun tucked inside the driver's side door handle. The trooper drew his service weapon and commanded Durham to show his hands. Durham did not comply. Instead, he exited the vehicle and fled on foot, leaving the handgun behind. The trooper inventoried Durham's vehicle before having it towed and recovered 5 fully loaded firearms, 3 9mm magazines, assorted ammunition, a gun holster, a laser sight for a firearm, 49 grams of synthetic weed, a digital scale, small plastic baggies, 13 cellular telephones, 3 laptop computers, and $1,530 in U.S. currency from Durham's vehicle. Durham has a prior felony conviction in state court for unlawful possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon in 2019 and for dealing methamphetamine in 2016. Durham is prohibited from possessing firearms by federal law due to these felony convictions. ATF investigated the case in conjunction with the Indiana State Police. This case is part of the Project Safe Neighborhoods, a program bringing together all levels of law enforcement and the communities they serve to reduce violent crime and gun violence and to make our neighborhoods safer for everyone. On May 26, 2021, the department launched a violent crime reduction strategy strengthening PSN based on these core principles: fostering trust and legitimacy in our communities, supporting community-based organizations that help prevent violence from occurring in the first place, setting focused and strategic enforcement priorities, and measuring the results. An unspent bullet is what connected suspect Richard Allen to the murders in 2017 of Abby Williams and Liberty German, according to court documents. The bullet was found between the girls' bodies and had extraction marks on it. Police found a .40 caliber pistol searching Allen's home in October of this year and say the bullet found was also from a .40 caliber gun. Allen has said he was on the trails in Delphi when the two were killed. With Thanksgiving behind us and holiday shopping underway, Christmas is officially here with many activities to enjoy. Our very own Joyce Merle visited Spencer County for more information on an event happening this weekend in Rockport.
The city of Rockport is gearing up to celebrate the kickoff of Christmas season. We sat down with Mayor Don Winkler to find out what activities local residents and visitors can look forward to.
This weekend we have tremendous Christmas in the village, the Lincoln Pioneer Village. That's December the 3rd from 9 to 3. Take a stroll through the cabins as the magic of the holidays are displayed by Rockport citizens. It's at 928 Fairground Drive in the city park. We also are having the Kiwanis is featuring a pancake breakfast with hometown craft show. Pancake breakfast is from 7:30 to 11. The local Carnegie Library is doing crafts. They're going to have movies for the children, snacks. There'll be a food truck uptown here on Main Street.
The cost of attending the event will be $3, with proceeds benefiting the Lincoln Pioneer Village. Mayor Winkler also told us what citizens can expect from the roughly 45-minute to 1 hour long parade.
The parade, the lineup is at 1 p.m. Saturday, and parade starts at 2, and that's line up at the park. We take the usual route of all the way from the fairground to the River Road, which is 2nd Street, and then back on Main and go back down Main to the fairground that ends there at the park. It circles all the way around a half mile where the old track used to be.
I'm Joyce Merle reporting.
Thanks, Joyce. If you plan on making the trip to Rockport on Saturday, keep in mind the city operates on Central Standard Time. Schnellville Volunteer Fire Department is hosting a shooting match this Sunday, December 4th at the Schnellville Conservation Club. The ham match begins at 11 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. Closed match begins at 3 p.m. First choice is whole beef, and the beef and pork choices thereafter. In addition to the shooting match, a gun raffle will take place, and food will be available, including chicken sandwiches, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chili soup, potato wedges, and homemade desserts. In nationwide news, the electric vehicle trend is quickly approaching the racetrack that is Southern Indiana. In just a matter of years, electric vehicles have emerged as the clear future of the automotive industry. In 2008, the nascent car manufacturer Tesla released its first roadster models, targeting sales of 100 units per month. Over the ensuing years, Tesla grew into one of the largest companies in the world by marketing capitalization, and today they lead the global market for EVs, selling nearly 1 million units per year. While Tesla remains the top choice for buyers in the EV market, the company's success has also paved the way for other electronic vehicle startups. More established automakers have also ventured into the EV market in recent years. The launch of the Nissan Leaf in 2010 was an initial foray for established manufacturers into electric vehicles, and other large automakers have added EVs and hybrids to their lineup over time. Some of them are even going further. General Motors, Toyota, and Volkswagen are among the largest manufacturers who have announced plans to go all electric and eventually stop selling gas-powered vehicles altogether. A combination of factors explain the EV's growing success. The technology behind electronic vehicles has improved as batteries now provide longer range on a charge. Consumer interest has increased, with buyers viewing EVs as a way to reduce their environmental impact and potentially save on fuel costs. In the European Union and the U.S. states like New York and California, policymakers have moved to limit the sale of combustion vehicles and incentivize EV purchases for consumers as a part of larger efforts to reduce carbon emissions. Despite these trends, barriers remain to an all-EV future in the U.S. Chief among them is the development of a nationwide charging infrastructure for electric vehicles. While EV owners frequently charge their vehicles at home, widespread availability of charging stations would allow people with EVs to travel greater distances more easily. Luckily for the EV consumers, the bipartisan infrastructure law enacted in 2021 will invest $7.5 billion in a national network of electric vehicle charging stations, with a goal of building 500,000 chargers by 2030. More electric vehicle chargers will not be sufficient by themselves to increase adoption of electric vehicles, though. The U.S. must also add the right kinds of chargers to the mix, since different kinds of chargers replenish vehicles' batteries at vastly different rates. Nearly 4 in 5 chargers in the U.S. currently are level 2 chargers, which add approximately 25 miles of range per hour of charging. The rate is acceptable for charging near home or at the office, but it is too slow for anyone taking a longer trip. In contrast, the fastest chargers, DC Fast, add 100 to 200 miles of range per 30 minutes of charging. But this category only represents 21.1% of all chargers nationally. The U.S. electric charging infrastructure must also be distributed more evenly to encourage widespread adoption of electric vehicles. Leading the way for the EV charging world is the state of California. California is home to 41,225 electric vehicle chargers, which amounts to approximately 1/3 of the nation's total. When adjusting for size, however, California falls second on the list of states with the most chargers. Instead, Vermont, a smaller state with a strong environmentalist streak, stands out as the location with the most electronic vehicle charging ports per capita. The data used in the study is from the U.S. Department of Energy. To determine the states with the most alternative fueling stations, researchers at Copilot calculated the number of electric vehicle charging ports per capita. In the event of a tie, the state with the greater total number of electric vehicle charging points was ranked higher. This data includes charging ports at both public and private stations. For more information, a detailed methodology, and complete results of this study, you can find the original report on Copilot's website. We'll be right back here on 18 WJTS News with the local weather, followed by Kurt Guxel with a look at sports.